Tucson, and he is talking about the global warming issue. There was a CNN report this week that said, if we all go vegetarian, then we can save the planet. You know, so that's what we've got to do. I mean, this is either, it's stop eating dairy and meat, or we're going to go extinct as a species. So that's what we've got to do. It's a big task for everybody to give up the addiction of meat and dairy. And then we're going to have a lot less cancer. And we really need that because our environment is so contaminated now with such things like depleted uranium weapons, and the dust from the weapons are going all over the planet now, and that's very carcinogenic. I don't know why that isn't moving. Maybe it's happening. But, so anyway, these depleted uranium weapons, they get into the dust, we breathe it in, and that's a real bad thing. So even though we're bombing people over in Afghanistan or somewhere like that with depleted uranium weapons, we get it here. And here is rainforest destruction because of wanting to have more meat, or McDonald's, or whatever it is. And then the sewage from all of the animals is polluting our water, and clean water is getting more and more scarce. We're on a really a dying planet right now. I've been calling for the UFOs to come help us because we're so lost right now. Maybe that will happen, but it's going to be within ourselves. The problems within human beings. Like this, we can solve global hunger if we all go vegetarian as well, because we're feeding the grain that could be used to feed people, to feed, not, anyway, to do this. Oprah here and that woman over here, because they are challenging the system, the meat industry. If you challenge the meat industry, if you say, hey, I'm not going to eat that hamburger on TV like Oprah did, then you can be arrested. Here is this woman who's giving you some propaganda here. Got pus, that was PETA trying to say what's really in the milk is a lot of pus, hormones, things you don't want to have in your system. And then this cute little girl who's also trying to sell you some sex along with the milk. And it's all propaganda by the meat industry who's killing us. If we start eating the leafy green vegetables, we are cleaning out our liver. We are starting to detox. And it takes a while to go into a vegetarian diet if you're addicted to the meat industry. But you know, you can do it. Just start drinking your green juices and realizing that you've got to be conscious of what you put in your mouth. And it's hard. I mean, today I was trying to look for a raw foods restaurant here in Tucson, and there isn't one. And we have this obesity problem. Diabetes is such an epidemic. You can lower your risk of diabetes type 2 if you get off your ass and just walk. You know, just do that. And this is the insanity of it. You know, it's bad karma to kill the animals the way we do. They're going extinct anyway. You know, but then we have so many cows, and we have some fresh stuff to start energizing yourself. Live foods. If you eat this rather than dead food, then it's the live food Lovolution. This is Gabriel Cousins, who's at the Tree of Life, and he's teaching this detoxification, and he's curing people of diabetes type 2. So you need to lose weight if you're at risk, and also exercise, because. And then we got to think in this new vibrational way of we love animals, we want to save them, we want to have them sacred. This whole planet is sacred, so it's this sacred consciousness that is going to allow us to turn the planet vegetarian so that we can save the climate. And when we do, we can start thinking, we've already messed up the climate a lot. They don't know exactly how extreme it's going to be, but we need a new architectural foundation because we need to eat together. One thing is we're all in this suburban sprawl. It's causing this isolation. And these are some images by Doctress about how we can use robots in order to build the new cities that have the vegetarian diet. So it's not just a agricultural revolution, it's also a architectural revolution. this is an architect in France who is biomimicking nature. And all of this is gardens within the city, because we all need to take part in growing these plants, and having a relationship with plants that we don't have now, and inside of one of the cities. So we think in 21st century ways that's organic, that's frugal, that's sharing. We need to share our resources. We need to clean up the water. And so it's all will. It's our divine will now to make this new city happen of vegetarian, organic love. So that's the Lovolution.